Aloha and welcome to YAMA Studios. My name is Hannah Maruyama. I am a scalp micropigmentation practitioner and hair loss coach at YAMA Studios, which is a scalp micropigmentation and paramedical tattoo clinic in Honolulu, Hawaii. Today, we're going to be answering one of the most frequently asked questions we get at the studio, and that is what hair loss products actually work. Now, if you're new to this channel, please do feel free to like and subscribe so that you don't miss any of our videos. If you're new here, we do offer some really good resources. We have a hair loss guide that's kind of going to give you questions and direction that you can use to sort through your options on your hair loss journey. And then there's also 2 books that I've written. One is about cosmetic tattoo, if you're considering getting it. The other one is about scalp micropigmentation hair tattoo. And both of those books are linked below, so please do feel free to check those out if that is something you're considering now. They're really helpful, and I do think that it's probably one of the best ones on the market in that I answer really in-depth questions about both of those things. Now, without further ado, let's get into today's video. All right, so one of the products that can help with hair loss is saw palmetto. Originally, what it was used for was prostate health, but it also helps to retain hair, and then it also helps to slightly regrow hair. It's not as effective as a hair loss drug because a hair loss drug is obviously going to be the most effective at regrowing hair, but it works in the same principle. Palmetto blocks the conversion of testosterone to DHT, which is supposedly what is one of the things that causes hair loss. Now, the reason I'm a fan of it is because it doesn't lower libido, as some of the hair loss drugs have been rumored to do, specifically finasteride. So that is one of those products that I would say is worth looking into, asking your doctor about, and seeing if that's something that you can incorporate and see if it helps you, because if you start taking it and you see results, then you'll know that it works. And also, it's relatively inexpensive. You can get it on Amazon for $12 to $20 for a large bottle of it, or GNC. So that's definitely a good place to start if you want to start incorporating some sort of supplement that can help you to reduce hair fall and possibly grow a little bit back. The second thing is going to be hair loss drugs. Obviously, hair loss drugs work because that is what they are designed to do. That said, at YAMA Studios, our philosophy is anything before drugs or surgery. So we definitely would recommend being really cautious with these because they are a commitment and they can also have some side effects. While this is largely debated in the medical community, it's something that you should definitely do some research on because there is a lot to say that there can be some things that come out of taking those that are not just hair regrowth. The research that I did made me not recommend it to friends and family because I think that the risk of the side effects is not worth the gain of the hair. So that's something that while they are effective, they're also risky in my opinion. And at the studio, we advise people to try anything before doing that. Now, the third thing is more of a product. I've talked about it in another video, but PRP and microneedling are a really good option if you're just starting to notice that your hair is thinning and it's worrying you a little bit. The one downside here is that it is kind of expensive, but if you go to a doctor or a med spa, they will offer this service, and sometimes you can get a package so that it won't be as expensive. That said, as far as risk goes, doing this is much less risky than taking a hair loss drug. It's called PRP, which is platelet-rich plasma, and then oftentimes it's offered in conjunction with something called microneedling. Now, PRP is where they will actually draw some of your own blood, they'll spin it in a centrifuge, and then they will take the plasma that separates and they will put that back into your own scalp to regenerate cells and help with healing in general. And then microneedling is a method of controlled injury. It's used often for people who have burns or scarring, and it's something that can be used to help your skin heal itself. So the theory behind this is that using the platelet-rich plasma with the microneedling can actually help heal hair follicles, help the scalp heal, increase blood flow, and just generally give your hair a chance to grow back or to stop thinning. Now, it's not going to be as dramatic as taking the hair loss drugs, but I have seen good results in this, and I would definitely advise going to read different results and different studies that have been done on this to see if it's a right fit for you. But it's definitely a less extreme option than taking a hair loss drug. While it is a little bit more expensive on the front end because you don't have to do it for the rest of your life in theory, it may actually end up being less. So that's something to consider as well. All right, folks. So today what we talked about was what hair loss products actually worked. We talked about saw palmetto, finasteride, minoxidil, so the hair loss drugs, and then PRP and microneedling. I really hope that this helped you. These are complex topics and there's a lot of solutions for hair loss. So I do understand that it gets very overwhelming. I hope that this helped give a little bit of context. And now that you feel equipped to go and do your own research to see if one of these may be right for your hair loss journey. If you have more questions or you need more resources, do feel free to check out below. We have our hair loss guides that really help, I feel, to go over a lot of these things and tell you what options you have and essentially how much effort and how much cost they're going to be so that you can kind of weed through and figure out which one fits for you. Now, if you do have questions, thoughts, comments, or ideas, please do feel free to comment, shoot us an email. We do really want to help. If you're feeling lost, do feel free to reach out to us. On behalf of the YAMA Studios team and myself, thank you so much and have a wonderful day.